Whoo, child. When I tell y'all about the devil being busy. But he doesn't know just how strong my God is, just how powerful my God is, and just how much of a warrior I am. And one thing I've come to truly learn and have a bit of appreciation for is knowing that he only strikes at you once he knows that you're moving in the right direction. So when I feel his attacks, and boy have I been feeling the attacks, when I feel the attacks, I don't feel threatened by it, because it just acts as confirmation to me that I'm moving in the right direction with this thing called life. And I'm moving in the right direction with my purpose in this thing called life. So you guys may have heard me, well, in my previous videos, I had sent out, it's crazy because I feel like just a couple months ago, I was sitting up here talking to y'all about where I've been and just the direction in which I'm going in currently. I got into a little bit more details with my video, Changing Your Perspective. I'm going to link it down below. I definitely recommend watching that video. It is a long video, but it is some healthy food for thought. And it spoke volumes to, I guess, what I've been kind of dealing with more recently, within these last couple of months. So when I do my videos, a lot of times it's just me speaking just from my own experience, just me wanting to share my knowledge that I've gained through life experiences. Some of the knowledge I had to gain in, I guess you could say I had to learn the hard way. Some things, I looked at other people's situation and seen that's not what I wanted for myself, so I learned that way. But with most things, I had to go and learn the hard way. I'm grateful for all of the lessons, all of the experiences, everything in that nature, because it's helped mold me and build me to the woman that I currently am today. So back to my Changing Your Perspective video, where I spoke on having lost two very important people in my life. And I believe I kind of touched on it about how it kind of affected me, and looking at how I turned those losses to something more of a positive experience in a weird way, So when I made that video, your girl hadn't realized at the time that it was possible to go ahead and lose a third individual who was even more so meaningful to me. Okay? And this person was somebody who was super dear to me. And not only was he dear to me, he was dear to other members in my family. And he was also dear to members within our community. He was a pillar force in every aspect. And When I tell you guys, every single thing in our life happens for a reason. The good, the bad, the ugly, you guys. I can't stress it. It happens for a reason. And sometimes it is so hard to see what the reason is when you're sitting in the midst of whatever. You know, especially if it's something that hurts or something that's ugly. When you're sitting in the midst of it, it's so hard to see. Why am I going through this? Like, why me? But then when you take a step back and you really analyze the situation, rather than asking why me, the question we gotta ask is, what is this trying to teach me? Okay? And this recent loss, actually just this past Thanksgiving, last weekend, marked my cousin's passing. 2 months since he passed away. And people have been looking at me like, girl, like, how are you keeping this together? Like, how are you so good? How are you so good? And it's so crazy because I feel like with this loss, it really heightened my spiritual development. Now, you guys heard me talk about this before. I've always spoke on the fact. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Sorry. You see? When I tell you about the devil being busy, okay? Pop socket fail. I told y'all, the devil's busy, okay? He doesn't want me to share this information with you guys, but when your spirit talks to you, you gotta listen. That's another thing. I'm gonna do another video on that down the line, but just take note. When your spirit talks, you need to listen. All right. So, like I was saying, this loss of my cousin, it really heightened my spirituality. It really helped to flourish my spiritual growth. I was already on the pathway to that, I felt like, especially with this past year. I was always a spiritual person, but I never really truly embraced it and really, I guess you could say I never really embraced it the way that I should have until recent times. And especially within the last 2 months, it just helped just kind of speed that whole process up for me. And I'm grateful for it. But because of it now, when you just really tap into your spiritual side, you start to view not only life and the things within life completely different. Like, y'all. Oh, if I would tell you guys some things, I might scare you away, so I'm gonna just keep that to myself. But, sorry, got a little crumb up in there. But if you are on that spiritual journey, if you're just on a journey of just growth in all aspects of your life, you would understand. You would understand, because it's like when people say like, yo, like you're woke, it's not even an understatement. Like, no, like you can't look at things and people any different now. You know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't say you can't look at them any different, because you start looking at them different. But it's like, once you start looking at that and start looking at situations and everything so different, like you can't, it's like you can't unsee it. You can't not look at it that way no more. You know, you can't go back to just thinking in the box, so to speak, you know? So for me now, with things like, as it relates to death more specifically, bear with me because your girl is also sick. Told you, been on the attack. Your girl is also sick. But again, like I said, I had to share this message with you guys. When you experience death now, like, you look at that so differently. So like with my cousin, I felt like, even till this day, like, I don't feel like I've really mourned or grieved his loss, you know? And I think part of that is, a lot of it, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of it is because in the manner in which it happened, that's just something that I personally like have to kind of work through, you know, and just kind of accept, you know. But then it doesn't really make me like sad in that sense. Like, I'm saddened by it, of course. I feel that void, of course. I feel that absence without question. But it's almost like, why mourn? Why grieve? You know? When you really tap into that spiritual side, you understand that was just his shell. That wasn't his spirit. His spirit is still here. It's still here, you know? So when you start understanding that, you don't mourn that loss. You don't feel that loss like that. It hits you different. You know? When you experience death, it just really hits you so different. And because it was in such a way that was, for me anyways, I feel like it was tragic. Because it happened in such a manner, that's just what makes me want to look at it more so like, okay, all right, what are you teaching me here? You know? Rather than why did this happen, it's more so, what is this trying to teach me? And for me, I learned that all of that had to happen because I needed to tap more into my spiritual side. I felt like I was, like I told you guys, I felt like I was, but these last few months I've learned I was just touching the surface. You know, I wasn't anywhere deep. And now I feel like I have so much more knowledge, understanding. I'm so much more aware. I'm so much more appreciative of this thing called life. And I'm even more so appreciative of all the lessons that I've learned in this thing called life. So, you know. But yeah, y'all, your girl, I didn't want you guys to feel like I forgot about you, like I just fell off, like what happened? Where you at, Laura? Like, I'm still here. I just need you guys to bear with me because, again, like, in order to kind of experience that type of growth, I had to kind of step back a little bit, and I really had to go through that social media detox. And I'm all for social media detox. I speak on that all the time. It is so crucial. It is super healthy. And I just wasn't expecting to have to go and do a detox so soon right after. But, you know, I'm glad for it. It needed to happen. And yeah, it really needed to happen. But, I'm not even gonna, you know, I'm not even gonna edit this video. I'm not even gonna edit this. I just feel like I'm just gonna put this up as is, keep it completely raw and real, because there's too much masks and things for the masses going on. You know? Like, I feel like it's so easy, especially today. Like, in today's world, it is so easy to just do what everybody else is doing. It's so easy to just live a life that you might feel is acceptable for everyone else. It's so easy to, just wanna put on a show for everybody. And it's just so easy to lose yourself. It's so easy to lose yourself trying to impress everybody else, that eventually you get to a point where you realize that that's not what our life is really about. It's not about living for everybody else. It's about living for you. So, had to kind of slide that in. I really had to slide that one in. And another thing that I really want to tap on is I just want to challenge everybody. If you're watching this video, I want you to take this challenge. I don't know what to call this challenge. Maybe you could give me some ideas down in the comments below. Okay, what would you name this challenge? And if you can give me some suggestions, so I know that you watched this video right through. Okay. But give me some suggestions. But I want to challenge everybody to live a more positive life and just have more positive thoughts, spread more love and positivity around. So I challenge everyone. Any person you come in contact with, okay? We'll start with, I want to say start with a week, but I want to be realist. So we'll start with one day, okay? Start with one day and then take it to a week. For full 24 hours, tell something positive to every single person that you encounter. Something positive. Even if it's a stranger. Something nice. Build people up. If there's some type of quality trait, or if there's something that you appreciate or that you admire about an individual, any person that you encounter, let that person know. Give people their roses now while they're still here, rather than when they're dead and gone. Because those roses, it's not going to do nothing for them when they're dead and gone. You know what I'm saying? But it can make a world of a difference if they hear it while they're still here standing. Because sometimes people don't even understand their value. They don't really understand their value until somebody from the outside looking in comes and shares that with them. It's like they got to bring that to their attention. So you might be here thinking, oh, this person doesn't know. They already know about themselves. They know, they're good at this. They're good at that. They have that quality trait. They got that. They don't need to hear from nobody else. No. But they do. And I'm not saying it in a way because you're just trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it's not in a way to boost your ego. You know what I mean? But it's just in a way to just appreciate, or, just appreciate people, and just a way of spreading love and positivity. All right, so that's a challenge. I'm going to challenge everybody watching this video for 24 whole hours. And if after 24 hours you've completed that, then challenge yourself to doing it for an entire week. And not only that, once you see the difference that it even has on you, spreading that love and that positivity, you'll immediately notice that difference. So try that. But anyways, ultimately, I wanted to come on here, let y'all know your girl did not forget about you. I've just been healing and growing, healing and growing, and just getting better situated, I guess you can say. And just getting to a space where I can really fulfill my life's purpose in the best form possible, or in the best ways possible. So, yes. My passion for YouTube, it ain't gone nowhere. It's still here. It's still very much here. But yeah, I just needed, a moment to kind of recollect, gather myself. And, I didn't want to give you guys just like empty content. Like, I have so many videos that I've had recorded from before, some that I already edited. But I'm going to be completely honest with you. My energy in it wasn't right. It wasn't something that I felt comfortable that I wanted to put out and share with you guys. It was more so videos just to have content. You know what I mean? It wasn't quality videos. It was just to have some type of content. So, I will be putting out some more. You can expect some more videos to drop. I will drop another one later this week and some more next week. So you could be on the lookout. Make sure you push your notifications on, or push notification, whatever it is. You know what you gotta do. Do that so you can be notified when I do drop. Again, bear with your girl. I'm still a little under the weather, but I'm still pushing through. Okay, I'm still carrying on. And yeah, and remember, man, when your spirit talks to you, you need to listen. All right, I'll be doing another video about that later on as well. But thank you all for tuning in. I'm sure there's some things that I've missed that I really wanted to touch on. But seeing how this video is 22 minutes and your girl has no intent of editing, I'm gonna leave it at this. All right. But thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Thank you for sticking with me this far. And yeah, try that challenge. Give some comments down below, some suggestions as to what to call the challenge: a positivity challenge, spread the love challenge. I don't know what you want to call it. Give me some ideas and let's get that started. All right. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will catch you in my next video. As always, stay blessed and toodles for now. Take care.